Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. Um, I got this movie a long time ago, several years ago, and I cannot stop watching it. I've watched it at least 2 or 3 times a month since I got it. It's been several years since I got it. It's a very good movie. It's called JFK by Oliver Stone. It was put out in 1991. Um, a little bit of background for those of you who are unaware. I don't know how you could be, but for those of you who are unaware. No event in modern times has affected our government more than the assassination of President John Fitzgerald Kennedy on November 22nd, 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Now, according to the Warren Report, which was the report to investigate the assassination, according to the Warren Report, Lee Harvey Oswald was the lone assassin. They said he was up in the 6th floor of the school book depository and he shot Kennedy. He fired 3 shots and hit Kennedy twice. And one of the bullets apparently went through and hit Connolly. And there's some controversy as to exactly if there was more than one shooter, because the bullet that zigzagged through the bodies and other rounds that were allegedly fired. Real bullets do real damage. If you fired 3 rounds, there should be 3 damage. You know, the damage from 3 bullets is there, but there's apparently damage from more bullets. There's a lot of controversy about this. Recent polls indicate that as many as 85% or more of the American public believe that there was a conspiracy to kill that president. A conspiracy meaning more than one person. But until all of the nagging questions are answered, the wound on the American soul will never heal. All we want is the truth. I'm gonna go into detail in this in another video, but one of the things that irritates me right now is there is video evidence of at least enough evidence to warrant more investigation into how many rounds hit the president. President's brain is still missing. Yeah, it's missing because analyzing the brain would tell you what direction the rounds came from. But my point is, to this day, the government still maintains the lone gunman theory, which in my mind says that if there was a conspiracy, that means those conspirators are still in power. We have to know the truth on this. We have to know the truth. This movie in 1991 illustrates, it's called JFK. It's by Oliver Stone. It illustrates the problems with the Warren Report. And it does it by taking viewers through the New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison's investigation of the murder. Several years after the murder, Jim Garrison went back into it and started trying to do a real investigation, and he was fought tooth and nail by the U.S. government and other people. The movie is based, in part at least, on a book by Jim Marsh called Crossfire. Jim Marsh is one of my favorite authors. He died a few years ago, and he is sorely missed. We need investigative journalists like him. This movie has an all-star cast. There's so many big names in this. Kevin Costner plays Jim Garrison. Joe Pesci, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Donald Sutherland, Sissy Spacek, Ed Asner, Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau, John Candy, Kevin Bacon, Michael Rooker, J.O. Sanders, Laurie Metcalf is in this. Laurie Metcalf plays Sheldon's mom on Big Bang Theory. Yeah, couldn't think of his name for a minute there. But this movie caused such a stir when it was released that it actually motivated Congress to go in and set up a panel to investigate these documents, because the documents about the about the assassination, that all the documentation, the FBI documents, everything, they were ordered held, sealed, for, I want to say it was like 75 years. And that's another suspicious thing, just in and of itself. But you got to go back in and look at this and watch this movie, because it's very powerful. Congress set up a panel because of this movie. Congress set up a panel to go through those documents and see what could be released sooner. Okay, so this movie actually motivated Congress to act. Very powerful movie. The only man to be brought to trial in the murder of John F. Kennedy was Clay Shaw. And Clay Shaw was he CIA? Was he mafia? Was he a Nazi? Was he a fascist? Who was he? And it goes into that. He actually goes to trial in this movie. I'm not going to tell you the outcome, but my point is, you see the movie. It's really good. Very powerful movie. It's essential for all Americans. There's a couple of other movies you can watch to give more information on this. If you believe that the government is wrong about there being just the lone gunman, the lone assassin, there's two other movies you can watch. One is called, you can see Dark Legacy. You can see on YouTube. It's called Dark Legacy. It's a good movie. I don't know if I agree with everything in it, but there's a lot of good information in there. And another one is called Executive Action. My wife got me that one a while back. I may do a movie review on that one. But this JFK is a very powerful movie. It's got a lot of good big name stars in it. Quality acting. There's nothing bad about this movie. Critics said it was too long, but my contention is, if all of it's relevant, doesn't matter how long it is. It'd be 5 hours long. I'd watch it. Give me an intermission so I'd go pee. But my point is, if it's all relevant and it's all giving good information and it's moving the story along, great. And this is not a documentary. This is a well-acted movie. Okay. Like I said, there's so many big name stars, and the acting is great. And if you want a good movie to watch that'll make you think, here you go. JFK, 1991. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.